Hello, I'm Justin Graves, and welcome back to the Focus Podcast.
I'm Kristen Odom. We are so glad you're here today.
All right, let's get started.
Welcome to the Focus Podcast, where we have real conversations about living undistracted lives that last.
Okay, Kristen, welcome to your first episode of the Focus Podcast, where we have talked about a lot of different things. We've talked about serving in the church with Jake Hill. We talked about worship with Chase Hogan. We've had a lot of staff coming in and out of this podcast. It's been a lot of fun. So for those of you who may not know, Kristen serves with us on staff here as a counselor. So why don't you tell them how you ended up at First Ridgeland and what you are doing around this place.
Okay. My name is Kristen. I'm married with 3 kids. We have been here since 2015, and I started out here as preschool ministry associate. I did get the graham crackers and the goldfish and the apple juice on Sunday mornings part-time. I did that because my dear sweet friend Debbie Upchurch said, "You should work here." And I said, "No, thank you." And she said, "You should pray about it." And I said, "Okay." So I prayed about it. We did that. I did that for several years, and then I transitioned into running the counseling center. I have a master's degree in clinical psychology.
Love it.
And so I opened the counseling center here at First Ridgeland in June of 2020.
That was crazy time.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
We had already done all the permits and all of the back work. And so we were like, hey, a pandemic, we can work through that. So we opened in 2020.
What a time to offer help for mental health.
Yeah.
As soon as the pandemic was at its peak.
Yeah.
Did our pantry open at the same time too?
I think so.
Hey, man.
I think so.
Stuff was shutting down and God was just opening doors up. So 3 kids.
3
I know
kids.
Oldest is roughly my daughter's age.
True.
2 other ones. One's killing it at tennis. Okay, that's Kristen Odom. She is here today because in this Focus Podcast, we need to talk about our mental health. We, like I said, covered a lot of different bases. But if your mind's not healthy, your life's not going to be healthy. We should coin that.
You should.
If your mind's not healthy, your life won't be healthy.
Yes.
So Kristen, in her counseling office, she tells us, hey, we are booked solid. Y'all keep praying for our clients. I constantly refer young adult couples, young adult people her way. So Kristen, tell me this. Is there anything you're seeing in your world that is like a recurring thing as we move into the summer? Right now, 2026, what are you hearing that our people are struggling with mentally right now?
I mean, I think a lot of it feels a little bit undiagnosable in the way that it is non-specific when we come to like DSM and insurance diagnoses, but a lot of it is not knowing how to sit with their own thoughts.
Yeah.
So finding whatever they can do to fill their time, to fill their space with noise, with work, with hobbies, with kids, with whatever it is, to not sit and be with their own thoughts.
Yeah.
So I'm going to grab whatever I can to stay busy because I don't want to deal with what's going on up here because what's going on up there is something that I don't want to think about and I don't want to deal with. So I'm just going to make myself more busy. So that's all across the board. I mean, we got young adults. I see teenagers. I see a lot of teenagers. That's very big in that age group. Then young adults you deal with.
Yes.
And then adults.
Yes.
I mean, everybody deals with those things.
Yes. And do you think, is it like one specific thing people are leaning into to like block out that noise? Is it still phones? Are people putting down phones?
It's mostly screens in general.
Yeah.
So like, and now everything's streaming. So you have it at people are watching Netflix at stoplights.
Yeah.
People are watching Paramount
That's
on
so
their
true.
lunch break. People are putting their phones up in their car and catching up on the latest episode of Survivor while they're on a road trip. Like these things used to be spaces where we could be silent, we could be with our own thoughts, we catch up on, some worship music or something. Now it's a podcast, it's a show. People are not silent mentally or physically.
That's crazy. Like 2 episodes ago, we talked about using that time in your car on the way to drop your kids off at school or on the way to and from work to really lock your thoughts in on the day, lock your thoughts in on God. For our parents listening, to use that time to disciple your kids.
Yeah.
Our daughters are getting older, and those times in the car with Olivia, I mean, she's on her own. She's out there driving and doing her own thing. With Adelie, we're not quite there yet, so we're seeing that hourglass run out and don't want to fill that time up with just mindless noise. We want to make the best of it.
Yeah.
But it is a struggle.
Yeah.
It is hard to be disciplined enough to fill that space with something that's valuable and meaningful. So, okay, prepping for this podcast, I was thinking about what scripture speaks to the mind. And it's been argued for a long, long time that Jesus was so far ahead of his time psychologically than people really realize. We know him as the Savior. We know him as the healer, the Lord, the teacher. But he talked about things like renewing your mind, changing your thought processes, and even said we are to love the Lord our God with all our heart, soul, mind, and strength, and love our neighbor as we love ourselves. And that passage, to me, so encompasses mental health. And this, when he says, love the Lord with all your mind, he's not just talking about intellectually learn more things about God.
Yeah.
He's talking about having clear thoughts and a healthy mind as we love ourselves, as we love God, and as we love others. So he says, love God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength. How does, let's say, our mind, our heart, maybe our emotions, our affections, our relationships, how does our strength, our body, our exercise, our fitness, how does our relationships and our physical body connect with our mental health?
So I feel like a lot of times clarity is something we don't have because we muddle up our minds so quickly.
Yeah.
So we're constantly having to look for the balance of trying to balance life with clarity. And a lot of times that clarity comes with, there's a book called Dopamine Nation.
I'm writing that down.
Which is a book about what your brain does when it gets that dopamine hit, which can be working out, making music, exercising, all hobbies of sorts that are good for you.
Yeah.
Then we also know the dopamine hits that are not good. Illicit drugs, too much alcohol, eating disorders, aggression, domestic abuse. There are all kinds of things that spike that dopamine. They give you a rush. We have to make sure that the dopamine hit we get is something beneficial and positive.
100%.
So one of the things you mentioned is working out and exercising.
Yeah.
That is a clinical study for ages and ages and ages. Working out, exercise is 100% providing clarity for your mental health. There's so many people that say, I cannot go a day without having some sort of exercise.
I'm that guy.
And it doesn't have to be like bench pressing 300 pounds. Right. It can also be like, I got home, I'm in my scrubs, had a long day, I'm going for a walk. Had a long day, I'm just going to go for a walk to the mailbox and back. I'm going to sit in a lawn chair at the end of my driveway for about 5 minutes, watch the cars go by, I'm going to turn around and walk back to my mailbox. Because sometimes people think it means like you got to go like do like CrossFit. That's not what I mean. It's great if you want to.
Okay, I want to sidebar for a sec. Have you heard of High Rocks?
Yeah, I was going to say that, and then I couldn't remember the words.
It's High Rocks, and I think people that do High Rocks...
I thought it might be Hydrox, and I didn't want to sound stupid, so I didn't say it.
Hydration.
But, yeah, I was like, but it's like super intense.
It's like CrossFit, I got some friends that are into it right now. Less weight, way more reps. Like an obnoxious
Does it
amount
include
of reps.
cardio?
It's mostly cardio.
That's what I thought.
And it's like sprinting and intervals and wall balls, except you might do it for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah.
So then it's, I'm trying to relate this to mental health, and I think my mental health would totally break down if I had to do something like a High Rocks. So, all right.
And that does work for some people.
100%.
So,
yeah.
I mean, I can't do it.
I got a buddy in Florida that is his thing. Like he's got a very intense job. He's very stressed out. He's a coach at a couple different places, and he rests his mind doing something like a High Rocks where all he can think about is surviving.
There's no room for any other thoughts at that time.
Nope. He's not worried about anything but the form, the positioning, and his breathing. So let's talk about this for a little bit deeper, because I do love fitness. I love staying in shape, and love doing it with my dudes in my young adult ministry. How important is it to do some kind of activity with others, not like in total isolation? So let's talk about that friendship, community aspect of mental health.
Yeah, so community aspect is extremely important, which I don't think should be a surprise to anyone.
Yeah.
Something I do talk about often is that in order to be fully loved, you need to be fully seen and fully known. And you cannot be seen or known unless you put yourself in situations like community. So D groups, life groups, yoga class with your friends, working out. We cook together. We play mahjong together. We do whatever. We go on little girls' trips together. We go to, cookouts and we barbecue together. But like if I don't put myself in a situation where I can allow people to see me, if they don't see me, they can't know me. And if they don't know me, they can't love me. Then I can't sit around and say like, I don't have any community. No one likes me, and there's nobody here, and
Right.
Jackson's too small and has nothing to offer. If I don't put myself in situations where I can allow people to see and know, then I can't complain about not being fully loved.
That's really good. So if I'm writing notes correctly, in order to be loved, you have to be seen and known.
Yep.
And you've got to make yourself available to that.
Yeah.
And if I'm hearing you right, it's one thing to say I need friends, and it's another thing to say I'm carving out time in my calendar because friendship and community is good for my mental health to be there where friends are.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and I think it's weird. I guess I would say, well, I'll put us in the example. The phase of life we're in, it feels weird to be like, oh, I'm looking for a new friend because basically you're trying to date them.
Yeah.
Like, do we have something in common?
Yeah.
Like, do I enjoy talking to this person? Does it feel natural? Do we
Sure.
have the same morals? Do we have the same values? And so you are, even at our age, looking for same-sex friendships
Sure.
that you are compatible with. And I mean, sorry, you've probably heard the story 300 times, but I courted Stephanie, and she wanted to have nothing to do with me. I was like, I think this is someone that could benefit
Yeah.
my life. I think this would be beneficial. I think this would be a good addition to my
Yeah.
life. And she was like, ain't having it. And I was like, I'm not taking no for an answer.
That is wonderful.
But yeah, I mean, like seeing people that I feel like would be value added
Yeah.
and making time for that. She broke in the long run. I won. I
That's
love to win.
funny. That's funny. Also, Stephanie and Kristen are both from Texas.
That's true.
Which may be that resilient
Yeah.
nature. And if you don't know, Stephanie works with me. She's our young adult ladies associate, does a ton of stuff around the church. And if you find Stephanie, you probably find Kristen too. They do a lot together.
Well, and she has her version of the story is a lot funnier. I saw her and wanted to be her friend. She saw me and thought, I don't have time for friends. And
Yep.
she also is a lot more private than I am. And so she doesn't, the fully seen and fully known thing, like
Yep.
she's like, I'm not about that. Like that's not
Yeah.
my jam. And slowly I wore her down. And now
Yeah.
she's like, I'm just so glad because she didn't want to get into that scary, fully known, fully
Sure.
seen,
Yeah.
loved. Like that's a scary land because what if I show you a part of myself
Yeah.
that you don't like and then the rejection sets in?
Yeah.
And so her version of the story is like, she was like, I'm glad you came after me because I would have never just been like, get to know me, which I'm just like,
yeah.
let's all chat. So you got to put yourself out there.
I love that. And there's a preacher moment in that, and what you did with Stephanie, that you knew that there's a friendship there, there's a potential for a relationship there, and something that is meaningful and valuable. And she was important enough in your heart and your mind to pursue her.
Yeah.
So aside from mental health, that's an important lesson for all of us, that when God puts someone in your life, to connect with that person, kind of don't take no for an answer. Politely,
Well,
obviously.
and the community aspect of that is important.
Yeah.
Again, you can't sit back community-wise and say, like, I don't have anyone.
Yeah.
It's good for your mental health. It's what the Lord is encouraging you to do.
That's right.
You don't just sit back and expect everyone to come to you,
Yeah. Can I go preacher just for one more second?
I guess.
Okay. If Kristen had not been obedient to what God was telling her to do in reaching out and offering this friendship to Stephanie, I believe you would have walked through some mental struggle simply for lack of obeying what God was telling you to do.
Yeah.
So then this guilt and this, I should have done it. I wish I would have reached out. Wish I would have texted.
Yeah.
And now, friend, that opportunity's gone.
Yeah.
And then obviously your repentance and saying, God, I'm sorry, I'm gonna do better next time, away from being clear. But there's a really real thing here where some of our mental health struggles might be, there's a sin I haven't confessed. There's something God told me to do I haven't done, and that is eating my mind up all the time.
Yeah.
When it's as simple as just repent, confess, be obedient, and
Yeah.
move on quickly. Okay, so we've talked exercise. Super important.
Super important.
Oh, I had one more thought about that.
Okay.
Make a case. I want you to make two cases.
Okay.
Put you on the spot.
Okay. Love this.
Love being put on the spot. So make a case for either exercise outdoors or exercise indoors.
I'm an outdoor girly all day long.
Good for the mind.
Yeah.
Good for the body.
I mean, the teenagers, I have two teenagers, and then I do a lot of counseling with teenagers.
Yeah.
So I don't know the phrases often, but when I do, they're like, please don't use them. So
Yes.
if they're watching, they're going to love this.
What's a phrase that your teenagers are saying right now that you're like, what does that even mean?
The thing that came to mind was bruh. And I'm like, that's not even a phrase. But I'm like, Olivia will say like, hey, can we have pancakes for dinner? I'm like, no. She's like, bruh. I'm like,
Yeah.
I said no.
Yeah.
And my name is not bruh. But the go touch grass. And
Yes.
I didn't really know what that meant. So then I was starting to use it like mental health wise. And so now I have adopted the phrase.
Does that mean you're
And-
cool?
No, I don't think so.
Cool mom?
I don't think that's what that means.
Kristen's
that's
a cool mom.
That's not what they think. But getting outside and doing some grounding, being outside, letting the air hit your face, sunshine hit your skin. These things are extremely important. Statistically have shown, research
100%.
shows us being outside helps. Now, do I exercise outside? No. But if you make me decide between outside and inside, I want to pick outside.
Sure.
Not that I'm not a runner. I mean, I don't spend a lot of time
I'm not-
outside
I-
exercising.
I'm not
But
a
I do
runner.
love to be outside.
So the other day I went home a little bit early and had a lot coming up that night. Ended up in the backyard for about an hour, and something about moving around outside, sweating a little bit, working in my yard. Maybe, I don't know, set my mind free. Maybe getting outside of my normal element. I went out with stress, walked around the yard, called my best friend, and talked about something I was stressed out about. Ended up back inside feeling like a total different day. So I would lobby 100% for if you can get outside, get outside.
Absolutely.
Regardless of the weather, I don't really care. Just get out there, breathe deeply, breathe intentionally, and even call a friend and get somebody to join you out there. Do
Well,
it.
and I have some people in situations where they don't feel like they have the time to be outside.
Yeah.
Young kids, single parenting. Maybe they're caring for an older parent. Maybe they're disabled. And I was like, hey, it doesn't have to look a certain way.
That's right.
I'm not saying you have to get outside and replant your flower bed, or you have to pull up weeds, or
Right.
Literally getting a lawn chair and sitting in the grass for 5 minutes with the birds chirping is fine before you go back
Resets.
inside and have to start single parenting alone or taking care of your aging parent.
That's right.
But yes, getting outside is 100% important.
It's interesting. Obviously, when Jesus was walking around, they didn't have fancy lights or anything.
Yeah.
They had candles.
Yeah.
But most of his miracles and teaching were outside.
Yeah.
And there's something about, man, your spirit can connect with the Lord, I think, really clearly when you're not surrounded by the electronics and the enclosures and you're just out in his creation taking it in.
Yeah.
I love that. Okay, I want to talk about one more thing, then we'll start to wrap this thing up. I have also noticed, I've shared this with the young adults and probably the church before, went through a season of just not being able to get out of my head, feeling darkness coming around me all the time. Did not start to get out of that season until I got out of myself and started really leaning into helping others, serving others. What can I physically do to meet somebody else's need? So I know there has to be a connection with helping somebody else and my own mental health. Explain that to me. Why is serving and service and helping others in need, why is that so good for us? And or if it's not, correct me. Please correct me if I'm wrong.
There's something that we look over in grad school. It's a pretty popular study, and it is about a marriage that is failing. And every day, again, this is all hypothetical, every day she is getting up and what can I do? What can I do? I don't want to be with him. I don't love him. There's nothing I want to do with him and, together. Yep. I don't want to vacation. I don't want to watch movies. I don't want anything. And the study is what it looks like if she gets up every day and makes his lunch and sends him off to work. And without conversation, that changes her perspective on her husband. Wow. Being able to just slow down and serve him. Down and serve him. No conversations were had. No, nothing was had. But it causes you to slow down and focus on the simplicity of that relationship. So serving someone in the community, serving someone that is, underserved population, some mission trip, some sweet old lady in the grocery store that needs help doing something, a Life Serve Sunday, a Life Serve weekend, a small little mission trip, going all the way to Africa for mission trip, whatever it is, it strips all of the unnecessary noise away and it breaks it down to the simplicity of we are human beings and it's important to love on those around us.
That's good. That's really good. And it's easy. I mean, I'm not trying to minimalize this or make it,
No, but it doesn't have to be some big thing.
No, you don't have to go buy somebody a car that needs a car.
Yeah, or travel to Madagascar. You don't have to do that.
Madagascar. Very well done. Very well done. It can be very, very simple things like serve your spouse.
Yeah.
I heard this week, I've heard this a lot, that statistically couples that end up filing for divorce, only 2% of them pray together. So there's something about praying with each other that locks you intimately, mentally, physically, emotionally, and it doesn't totally divorce-proof your marriage, but it is very hard to stay mad at somebody when you're serving them, when you're praying for them.
I've had people before say that, because thanks to you, I've had lots of premarital couples that come my way for premarital
If
counseling.
you're a young adult and you're looking for a spouse, we probably have them here. So come and hang out with us at First Original.
But a lot of them come from, Christian backgrounds. And I've had a few of them say,
Yeah.
we are not going to pray together or do devotionals together because it is too intimate
Yeah.
of a situation where I wouldn't want to taint that. I feel like that's crossing a boundary where I don't think I need to enter into that
Sure.
deep of an intimate moment unless they are my spouse.
Yeah.
And so I thought that was but I love that. The community here has opened my eyes to a lot of ways that you don't want to cross certain boundaries. That doesn't always mean physical. A lot of
Yeah.
it is that spiritual component. So
Yeah, it is. It's just a very deep, very intimate thing. So I like to finish these episodes up getting super practical.
Okay.
So practically, here, tell me if I missed something.
Okay.
Okay. So we need to have good friends.
Yes.
If they're running from you like Stephanie was running
Don't
from,
take no for an answer. That's not
Be-
true. That's not true.
be persistent.
Yeah.
Be persistent. Be a good friend. And be available.
Yeah.
Right. We can't complain about not having friends when we're not taking the step to be friendly.
Right.
Everybody needs to be seen and known. Everybody. So as believers, we need to be the ones seen and
Yeah.
reaching out to know. So we need to get outdoors.
Yep.
As easily could be just walk out, check the mail, come back in.
Yep.
Super easy, quick. More outdoor time, the better. We need to exercise
Yes.
and prioritize our body, our mind is all connected. We need to pray. We need to be a part of the spiritual disciplines that bring calm to your mind.
Yeah.
We hadn't talked about it too much. We've talked about it on previous episodes. Read your Bible, make time for worship, pray, and then finally we need to serve. You got time for one bonus,
Sure.
question?
Yes.
Okay. So, Casey, my wife, is
I do
incredibly
know her.
healthy. I told somebody yesterday I'm a healthier person physically in every way, but especially physically because she don't cook it if it's not healthy. Like it's not in our pantry unless it's going to be good for our body. I know I feel better in every way when I've been watching everything I put in my body.
Mm-hmm.
So when I'm eating healthy, I'm not, drinking caffeine all day long.
Yeah.
I'm drinking a lot of water. I don't feel dehydrated. How significant is the connection between what you're physically putting in your body and your mental health?
Extremely.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't. If I could say more than extremely, I would.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think that the culture now provides us with so many unhealthy options.
Sure. Quick, easy.
Yeah, that you've got to really fight the urge to not eat
You do.
Gushers and pretzels and
Yeah.
fruit by the foot and whatever is in this staff office that I just consumed all of.
I just had those pretzels and they were very, very good.
But yeah, just to be able to say no to some things.
Sure.
Obviously, like alcohol in excess, caffeine in excess, coffee in excess, sodas in excess, Alani's in all
Sugar in
yes,
excess.
all of the things.
Fried food in
Yes.
excess.
I mean, people will come to me and just say, I don't know what's going on. And we're like, hey, let's look at your diet. And then the next week, they're like, I feel great. I'm like, okay, well, let's just take a minute
Yeah.
and slow down and realize that what we're putting in our body actually matters.
Because then if you drink a 2-liter of Coke at night, then have a bowl of ice cream and you're full of caffeine and sugar, you're going to lay down, go to sleep. You're not going to sleep.
Yeah.
Like your mind is going to race.
Yeah.
And it has nothing to do with I'm not tired. I didn't work hard enough. I've just loaded my body up with caffeine and sugar.
I mean, we have sleep habits that are completely disrupted by what we
Crazy.
put in our body.
Yeah. Sleep is holy. Like resting is something God put in scripture.
And when you don't rest, your mental health plummets.
You're edgier,
Yeah.
which means your relationships plummet. You're getting this cycle of, I got to drink more caffeine to stay awake for today. So then you stay up later at night.
Yep.
That may need to be a second episode where we
Yeah,
just
part
talk
2.
about, it's because, again, I'm not going to feel good about myself, my life, others in my life, if I'm just not resting and gaining that perspective. It's biblical. There's a reason the Lord carved out a whole day just to rest.
Yeah.
And created in nature the cycle of lay down, sleep, get back up.
I think sometimes people think that it just was going to naturally happen.
Yeah.
I can eat whatever I want and be fine. I can sleep however I want and be fine. I can have whatever relationships I want and be fine.
Right.
I can have whatever extracurriculars and be fine. I can go to church once a year and I'll be fine. that's not, none of those things are true. This is not an easy road of I get to do whatever I want and I'm going to feel just fine, especially mentally. That is not how that works. You have to work.
You got to have some intentionality about your mentality.
Yeah.
We need to write that one down too. Hey,
We're getting some merch.
This has been a really fun episode. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Full transparency. We had some technical difficulties last time we tried to record this. And if you know Kristen at all, you know she's from the state of Texas. Proud Texan.
Woo!
I had this whole thing.
Yeehaw!
But we're totally out of time. Just kidding.
No,
We're
no,
not
no.
out of time.
No,
There's always time
no,
for
no.
Texas trivia.
I actually looked under the table and I didn't see the hat. And
How
so-
did you miss a hat this big? Okay, Kristen, this is welcome to Texas trivia. Super easy. There's 7 questions. We might skip one.
Everybody knows them. That's what you said.
Okay. So the first one is this. Please comment if you
No.
know the answer before Kristen
No, don't.
chimes in. I got a new thing going on here.
Okay.
Everything is blank.
Bigger!
Oh, you're 1 for 1.
Yes.
Question number 2, just as easy. How many Major League Baseball teams are in the state of Texas?
That's not just as easy. Rangers, Astros. That's it.
Rangers and Astros. Good job. Okay, so still
Okay.
softball. I don't know why. I should.
I
have
don't
found
need all the
harder
lead
questions.
up. This makes me be even more stupider.
Everything's huge in Texas.
Yes.
Everything's bigger in
Right.
Texas. So with that in your mind,
Okay.
how many Texases could fit on the moon?
I don't know.
Take a guess.
Are you making this up?
This is what
Was
this
this
is what
AI?
Google told
Was
us.
this AI generated?
No.
How many Texases could fit on the moon?
Yes. Huge.
Huge.
So is the moon.
300. Just say the answer.
300.
No. Yes.
54. It's 54.
Oh.
Everybody knows that.
Everybody knows that.
Okay, everybody knows this is too easy, but I'll
Okay,
ask it anyway.
okay.
Who's the first governor of the state of Texas?
I don't know.
This is embarrassing.
Well,
We're going to withdraw your Texas
call my
card.
daddy.
James Pickney
No,
Henderson?
no
I
one
got that
knows
in my
that.
sleep.
No one knows that.
This is so good. Okay.
All right.
Maybe let's do 2 more.
Okay.
What is according to Google,
Okay.
what's the most popular dessert in Texas?
Ooh,
A lot of good desserts are there. They're all big, extra large portions.
I'm going to say either banana pudding or pecan pie.
Pecan pie.
Yes!
Well done. Well done. All right. So Texas, famous for being the birthplace of Kristen Odom.
That, yes.
Also famous for football.
Yes.
Okay. This is important, how many native Texans have won the Heisman? Native Texans, not they just came in from some other state and played for A&M or Texas. How many native Texans
There's
have
a
won the
lot
Heisman?
of good football players in Texas. That's my answer. How many native Texans have won the Heisman?
You can only have one winner a year, and it hadn't been going around
How
forever.
long has Heisman been
I
around?
don't know. Different question for a different episode.
12.
That's actually really close. It's 9.
Okay.
Can you name one? I've got their names right here.
No.
I'll give
Oh, wait. What about Vince Young? Did he get the?
He
Did
played
Vince
there.
Young?
Played there.
He didn't get the Heisman.
I think he might have won it, but I don't think it was.
You
from
just said that. Oh,
there. He's not Vince Young.
Oh, you just said you had the names, and then I said
I do have the
names.
names. His name is not on here.
Patrick Mahomes.
Also, no. Baker Mayfield.
Oh yes, he
We
played
got
at
Kyler
OU.
Look at you,
Okay.
Kyler Murray.
Okay.
Little short guy.
All right.
Johnny Manziel, Johnny Football.
Oh yes.
From Texas.
Yes.
Played at Texas A&M.
Yes.
And a whole bunch of other guys that I'm
Okay.
not too familiar with.
Well, dang.
We got time for one more, right?
Okay.
Why not? Okay, one more. What is the Texas state animal? Not birds.
Armadillo.
There's 3. That's one.
With 3.
Specifically, the 9-banded armadillo.
What is that? Nobody knows.
Okay,
that is.
so that's the small state mammal. How many animals y'all
does-
got over there?
Who does this?
Okay, so we got a large mammal and
Okay.
a flying mammal.
Okay. A large mammal is
Come
the
on.
bobcat.
No, no, you were so.
I feel like if I said it like that, that would be the answer.
I feel like I'm letting you down right now, but when I tell you the answer, you're gonna be like, "Oh yeah."
A buffalo.
No, what in the world? What is this, Yellowstone?
What?
Texas Longhorn.
Oh dang.
I'm
I do hate the
I'm
University.
embarrassed.
I hate the University of Texas.
We're losing so many friends. Okay, and then finally, to wrap it up, the state flying mammal. There's not many mammals that fly, so give you a hint. This mammal inspired a superhero in the DC comics who wears a black suit.
Bat.
Hey, it's the Mexican free-tailed bat. Everybody knows that.
Hey, you can go to this place in Austin and get up under this bridge, and these
this is my
thousands of bats come out.
This is my nightmare.
Horrible. It is horrible.
Sounds like a mission trip. Can't wait to go there. Hey, this has been fun.
Has it?
Kristen, if somebody wants to get in touch with you about all things Texas
No, don't call me.
or mental health, I know they can go to the website, firstridgeland.org/counseling.
They can. Or they can send me an email.
Yep.
Kristen, Kristin, at firstridgeland.org.
Love that.
They can call me, 601-345-1334.
Write it down.
And yes, that form on the website,
Pretty quick response.
firstridgeland.org/counseling. You don't have to talk to me. You can just fill it out if you're nervous.
Boom.
I will get it in my email and I will respond.
Love this. So, hey, if you're struggling, don't struggle alone. We have resources available. This has been a fun episode.
So fun.
Thanks for Texas Trivia, and thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time on the Focus Podcast.
See ya.